Thank you for purchasing the Stop and Reboot Your Mind program. In today's modern world, we've created an epidemic of overthinking with overactive minds that can't stop. We've placed so much value on intellect, and our minds have become so active and so powerful that they can't stop thinking. You end up going from one problem to the next problem, to the next problem in your mind. Like a train that can't stop, like a computer that can't turn off, constantly needing something to work on. All this mind chatter has serious consequences, causing stress, anxiety, sleeplessness, and fatigue, which stop you from performing at your peak in your business and in your life. It's like we have a radio station constantly blaring in our heads. There is so much white noise, and if you're really honest with yourself, you know that your mind grabs onto anything just to keep working. It's like an addict frantically searching for its next thing to work on. It can go from problem solving for you in your career, to worrying about the weather, to disappearing down a rabbit hole about some advertising that you saw on the side of a bus. On a daily basis, your mind is non-stop, like a computer that can't rest, needing something to work on all the time, using up all the RAM, all the processing power, all the energy. Some of it is absolutely useless stuff, but you can't turn it off. This is not normal, ladies and gentlemen. A mind that can't stop is a mind that's gone crazy. You need to be able to stop your mind and only turn it on when you need it. Because when your mind is on, your other intelligences, the missing 90%, including your intuition, are off. And when it doesn't stop, it over-amplifies your problems. You're using up so much unnecessary bandwidth with your constant, needless thinking. And this is muting your creativity and your intuition by as much as 99%. You need to be able to clear your bandwidth and only turn on your mind and focus on something specific when you need it. And then turn it off your mind and access the other 90% of your intelligences. The real powerful question to ask yourself is, how much is your constant mind chatter costing your business, your family, your health, your life? How distracted are you compared to how focused you could be? How much energy are you wasting every day with a mind that can't stop? How often are you missing key points and opportunities because your mind is taking you into the past or into the future? How much time are you wasting? How many breakthrough moments are you missing? How many creative flashes because you're not fully present? How many actual gifts from life and existence are you missing because you're not fully present? How much more success could you have if you could still your mind on demand and be fully focused and present in the moment to access that zone where you're in the flow? You know those moments when time just stops and you're so focused and connected to what you're doing. We all have experienced these moments. Coaching a client, surfing a wave, listening to a beautiful piece of music. Being able to stop your mind at will, on demand, gives you so much inner calm, so much inner clarity, and great creativity to allow you to achieve peak performance in your life and in your business. Not only that, you'll be amazed, literally blown away at how quiet things become in your head and how much more relaxed and calmer you feel. It's like a rock concert that has been playing next door to you, and suddenly all the noise disappears and the silence brings a wave of calm and relief from the constant noise in your head. The zone is where the magic happens in your business. It's the place where you get the breakthroughs, the creative flashes of brilliance. The zone, the place of no mind, is the birthplace of all of your success, all your innovation, of your highest productivity and clarity. Your success depends on how often you can access the zone. And I specialize in helping people not just to access the zone, but to learn how to live there and learn how to thrive there. This is what my programs help you to do. So many of us are only operating at a fraction of our full potential. We have placed so much value on our minds in achieving success that we do way too many things with it. Things that our amazing thinking, feeling bodies are already capable of achieving much more efficiently without needing to use our minds. But at best, we're only accessing 10% of our full potential. The majority of people are oblivious to the other 90% of their available intelligences. There are things running in the background of your mind that are completely normal and necessary, like remembering to pay the rent, remembering your kid's birthday, your wife's anniversary. You don't need to stop doing that. But did you know that you can hold 1 million unconscious thoughts at once, always running in the background, eating up creative and intuitive bandwidth, all the while reducing your total intelligence mind power? And how many of you are holding literally hundreds of thousands of thoughts, ideas, beliefs, sentiments, fears, anxieties, and stresses that are actually useless and just running in endless, wasteful circles? The majority of people are doing this. This, sadly, is the norm. As a consequence, because our mind is trained to keep opening up more and more windows, more applications, you end up feeling so tired. You struggle to focus. You burn unnecessary energy. You keep thinking about something over and over again, and you can't put it down. You unnecessarily amplify your problems and emotions. You worry about things that haven't even happened yet, or may never happen. You also get stuck in the past constantly, churning over what has happened to you. All this results in needless burnout, anxiety, poor sleep, fatigue, stress, and a myriad of health problems, not to mention unpleasant feelings. The key point I want to make about how this affects your overall success in everything you do is that when your mind is on, your other intelligences are off. Your mind is blocking you from accessing the other 90% of your available body-centered, intuitive, and sensory feedback-driven intelligence. So this program is all about reducing all the negative side effects of an overrunning, overheating, over-energy consuming mind. And by stopping our mind, we increase our natural-born innate capacity to function effortlessly in the here and now with whatever is before you, from a space of higher awareness, creativity, and intuition. It's like ramping up the gain on all your senses so your inner success compass becomes razor sharp. Another problem that contributes to our minds not being able to stop is that our modern matrix world has gotten so much more complex, and we're bombarded with an exponential increase in information, most of it useless and adding no value to our lives. There is so much data coming at us from television, from social media, from emails, texts, and tweets that we're literally in information overload. We're constantly trying to cram in so much information down to a limited bandwidth of what we're capable of handling. It's like getting our minds to drink from a fire hydrant. There's just way too much information to process. When you stop and think about it for a minute, it's exhausting. No one can keep up with so much information. And do you really need to know what your favorite celebrity had for breakfast? Really? The net result is that our mind chatter never stops, and in many cases does not allow us to sleep peacefully. Our CPUs are constantly running on overtime, including during our sleep time, when they should be resting and regenerating themselves. And at the same time, we have so many applications open that the operating system is straining under the load. With constant thinking comes constant feelings, and we generate an endless cycle of unnecessary emotions of worry, of fear, of stress, which can all build up to anxiety and even depression, just because we do not know how to naturally and effortlessly stop our minds. It also amplifies these unwanted emotions, creating an internal emotional roller coaster that is directly proportional to how active our minds are. This leads us to wanting to numb these feelings and escape from them. We do this with all sorts of addiction, anything to be able to relax and not feel the storm of emotions inside us, not to mention have a break from the constant thinking. So we reach for alcohol, for drugs, for food, for sex, for antidepressants, for painkillers, for distractions, anything to numb the minds and numb the feelings. Many people also reach for sleeping tablets to try to deal with a mind that can't stop and feelings we can't control. For many of us, it's like running on a treadmill that we can't get off of, and in truth, that actually makes you completely exhausted. With your CPU running like this constantly, it drains your energy, it distracts your focus, and always takes you into the past or the future. You see, for most of us, we're a slave to our minds. Our minds control us, not the other way around. We need to flip this paradigm. We need to become the masters of our minds. And trust me, your mind will thank you for it because it's exhausted from constantly running and would love a bit of a break. When you're able to reboot your mind by getting it to turn off on demand, it will be able to refresh and update itself and become a smarter, faster, and more efficient thinking mechanism. Can you imagine being able to live in the zone on a daily basis where time just stops and you're calm, present, centered, and can fully make the most of whatever opportunity is in front of you? How much more powerful would you be? How much more successful would you be? What would this do for your relationships, your health, your peace of mind, and your mental clarity? I cannot tell you how beautiful it is to wake up every morning and be in the zone and have access to it throughout the day. This is how we are all meant to live. But our minds have been hijacked. We've lost our innate ability to connect to that timeless place. We're also constantly bombarded with way too much information, throwing our brains into overload. At best, you're only operating at 10% of your potential if you have a highly intelligent, highly active mind, which you've used up until now to take massive action to achieve success. There is an easier way. I'm here to help you navigate this hectic modern world from a place of no mind, using your intuitive success compass of your untapped 90% of available intelligences. I'm here to help you realize your full potential